Welcome to the official Windows 8 channel, and today we're going to have another Back to the Basics video where we look at the basic features in understanding Windows 8.1. We're going to talk about the startup items. In older versions of Windows, Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows XP, we had a command line feature that was called MS-config for Microsoft configuration. And you'd go there and you'd look at the startup items in your computer. So if your computer is a little sluggish after some usage, there might be a lot of startup items that actually aren't necessary. And startup items will slow down your computer because they have to be started when you boot Windows. And the less you have of these, the faster your Windows will boot up, and the faster the overall computer will work also in general. And it's one of the first places we go when we see a sluggish computer and that needs a little more speed. So in Windows 8, the Microsoft config was merged into the Task Manager, and that's where we are going now to check for startup items. So to go into the Task Manager, you can simply go into the Charms bar and click the search, or you can also go into your Start screen and click the little search. But you can also right-click on the Start button at the bottom left. And in the list, when you right-click on that Start button, you have Task Manager. So you simply go here into the Task Manager. The Task Manager has many tabs: processes, performance, app history, startup, users, details, services, and so on. But we'll actually focus on startup. That's the one you want to go through. Startup will show you what startup items are on the list and the impact they have on your system. For example, I've disabled a lot of them. So you see here, startup impact none. Why? Because it is disabled. But you'll see that there are some enabled stuff. And if it's the first time actually you go there, you might notice that a lot of stuff are enabled by default. For example, I have Send to OneNote tool that says enabled, and it says medium impact. So I don't use OneNote, and if I do, I usually use it in a manual way. So what I'll do, you simply right click on this and you click disable. Once it's disabled, you'll have none that's going to appear the next time you actually start up. Here it said medium, but it's going to change because as you disable stuff, you'll see that these medium or high will of course change to none, zero impact. Now there's one thing that you need to know, and it's the fact that some of the items in the list are there and need to stay enabled. Usually there are some things that you'll need or you'll want them to stay enabled. For example, if you've got an iPad or an iPhone and you synchronize it with your computer, well, if you see iTunes, you have to keep it enabled. If you have a third-party antivirus like Norton, McAfee, or Kaspersky, Nod32, it's going to show up with the startup items, but you cannot disable them as you will disable your antivirus software. So you have to measure what you can disable and what you should not disable. So go with the logic. Of course, if it sounds like an antivirus that you have or a piece of software you use every day, it might not be a good idea to disable it. The other thing that you should do is go one by one. It's really here, the urge is there to actually disable everything. And you're wondering, okay, I'm going to disable everything and see what it does. Well, be careful about that, because if you disable more than one item, and when you start your computer again, everything goes wrong, you won't know which item actually caused the problem. So that's something you got to be careful, because it can happen that you'll disable something that really a piece of software will stop working, or maybe a piece of hardware will stop working. By disabling one by one and restarting the computer, at least when something goes wrong, you'll know which one was the culprit because you only disabled one. So make sure that you go slowly. It's the best policy, the best way that you will know which one it is. And of course, if everything goes wrong, just enable everything back and your computer is going to start up again like it used to before. So you cannot really break the computer or do something bad in this panel, but as long as you stay in the startup items and only the startup items. There are other tabs in the Task Manager, and I do not recommend that people use these tabs or play with these if you don't know what you're doing. Just stay into the startup item. And you know what? There are chances that you'll be actually removing some stuff here, and when you restart your computer, you'll notice that it starts faster. You'll notice that it also probably runs faster. So, take the time to check this out. Make sure that you are really going slowly in disabling stuff. And you know what? If something is disabled and it causes a problem, well, you can right click on it and enable it again. And there's also a button on the bottom right. If you don't right click, for example here, the setup launcher, I'll want to disable this. On the bottom right, you have a disable or enable button available also. And so once you've done that, all you have to do is close the Task Manager and restart your computer. Look at what's happening. Is it working? Is it not working? And use, your general knowledge and really go slowly into what you're doing with the computer. It's very important to go slowly with these things. So here, I'll disable this and disable even this, and we'll see what it does. So, there are three settings here: none, medium, low, medium, high. Of course, the high impact are the ones that slow down the most the computer. The medium, and then a low impact. Low impact usually means it doesn't change that much. Even if you disable it, there probably won't be that much of a difference. If you have any comments or questions on what you've seen, let us know. And if you haven't done so, why not subscribe to our channel? You'll be informed when new videos are online. If you have any comments or questions, if you have a feature, something you'd like us to make a video of, maybe a back to the basics on something that you like, let us know. We'll try to do that video and post it, of course, on this channel. So thanks for watching. If you have a new computer, a new Windows 8 machine, you're a little lost, make a tour of our videos. We have lots of videos to help you understand how it works. And you'll be able to master Windows 8, 8.1 by following our instructions. Thanks for watching.